So I'm here with Melanie Dennis from Domain & Co. Thank you for joining me again, Melanie.
That's my pleasure, Mike. Thanks for having me.
I wanted to talk to you about a situation that investors find themselves in, and that is that they purchase a property investment that already has a tenant in place, so they might already have they will have a property manager that's looking after that, or they buy a property that's not a rental property, but it sort of seems like, well, the sales agent has a property management department, it's a little bit easier. In both those circumstances, I'm presuming that it is easy to just go with the status quo, but I'm wondering what your thoughts are on the merits of that and the potentials of on the back end, the pain that it causes you by not doing that upfront due diligence.
Yeah. Look, it can seem so much easier to stay with your sale agent, but I think just as though any investor should is do their research.
Yeah.
So go to the property management department of that sale company and really ask them the same questions as you'd ask another company, and then choose based on who you trust to do the best job in looking after your investment. And it may not be the sale agent. It is a super easy thing to do to change. Whether you're signing with a sale agent or you're signing with a new property managing agent, it's going to be the same paperwork for you at that point. Right. So the new agent, if they're not managing the property at the moment, will take care of all of the file transfer from the current agent that's managing it. So it's a simple process for you, or the same process, no matter what agent you choose. So I think it's just really important to do your due diligence, not, sweep it under the rug and think it'll be okay, because it can bite you in the butt quite hardly if it's not at the end of the day.
I guess that's a common idea, certainly with accountants, for example, that people think, I can't change accountants. Yes, they're terrible, but they've been doing my stuff forever and they've got all my bits and pieces of my widgets.
Sometimes better the devil you know type thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think investors would definitely feel that way with property managers from time to time as well. From my perspective, I would think it would probably be easier with a PM, but I hear from accountants all the time that it's so easy to change accountants. How difficult is it if you're fed up with your property manager and you want someone else to engage? Is it a difficult process?
Quite commonly the misconception is that I'm stuck with that agent through the entire tenancy. So when the tenancy changes, that's when I can change agencies, which is not true. So when your property is under management, you need to check your authority that you have with your agent. But most likely, you'll just be on an agreement month to month. As long as you're happy, the agent's happy, the management will continue. It's the leasing period that is the exclusive period, if you've just signed an authority. So that's when you're stuck with your agent. But again, if the service isn't happening, to chat with them, sometimes they'll just let you go too. But really simple to change. Do your research, find the best agent that you want to take over, sign the authority and the paperwork with them, and they should take care of the rest. They contact the current agent to organise the file transfer.
That's an interesting one, because it avoids that awkward conversation of, we've decided that you're not for us anymore. You actually can do that on the investor's behalf.
Absolutely. And look, you may get a call from the agent. A good agent would call you to say, why are we losing your business? You want to have that feedback as an agent or a property manager to know how you can improve for the future. And that's a good sign, because they are then interested in improving and knowing where their mistakes have been. But sometimes they won't. And you may choose to shoot them an email or give them a call to tell them to, but you don't have to. It's really, really up to you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I wonder how often that actually happens. But, so it's an easy process. You heard it here first. It's probably a fairly well-trodden path, but for property investors, we want to obviously make sure they're getting the best possible service, and the news is that it's not really that difficult to change.
And look, if you're unhappy with your property manager, call them and talk to them. Get a resolve. It's really like any relationship with your property manager, like a marriage, things go wrong, things fall down, we're all human. But to have that conversation and give them the opportunity to fix something that's gone wrong, I think is the key thing to a relationship, because the relationships and the loyalty, I think, lie in good property management going forward. They know your property. It's when that falls down and you can't get things fixed is when you should look to change.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Give them the opportunity to make that change, but then if it's not going in the right direction for you, then it's easy to jump ship.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Thanks for sharing your tips with us.
That's my pleasure.
Thank you for watching another one of my professional property series interviews. I'd love to see your comments, and please like and subscribe to my social channels on Facebook and YouTube. I welcome any suggestions for new topics too.